What is going on? I hope that you're having an awesome Friday. My name is Billy C. I'm a part-time content creator here at OddsJam. I'm a full-time finance treasury professional, and I've been using OddsJam now for 2 full years. And so today in the live stream, we're going to go over the arbitrage tool, right? I'm going to show you how it's possible to make risk-free money, meaning we're going to bet both sides of a match or a game or a player prop bet. We're going to bet the winner. We're going to bet the loser, different amounts we're going to put down on each. And no matter what happens, we're going to make risk-free profit. Hope you're having an awesome Friday, getting ready to get into the weekend. I guess before we talk about arbitraging, guys, there is something that I want to share with you guys because it's probably going to be the best information you're going to receive for free all day long. It's not even close. So what I'm talking about right now is really in terms of the NFL, right? Football season's here. We are into the best part of the gambling season. Well, not the best part. It's pretty damn good, though. And so if you like to bet on anytime touchdown scores, meaning just Christian McCaffrey, is he going to score a touchdown in the game? You like to bet on that? I want to show you for free it's a really big deal. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Also, guys, feel free in the comments here, ask any questions. Doesn't have to be arbitrage related, sports betting related. If you want to see something, I'll be going around some of the different tools later on in the stream. I'll put together a prize picks underdog slip for us from the fantasy optimizer. But I gotta share this with you because I'm really jacked up about this, and I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. All right, let's see here. Okay. Hey, disclaimer. What's going on, man? Appreciate you hopping on the stream. Hope we can make some money for you, and hopefully this weekend it's going to be a good football weekend. We're going to make some money. All right, so my screen is slowly coming up here, so I'll bring it up here and we'll get going. But basically, guys, the thing that I want to mention is that a lot of probably over 90% of the sports books out there, when it comes to anytime touchdown score, they're only going to let you bet on the over or, for a player to score. There's only maybe 1 or 2 books out there that are going to take your action for you to bet on a player not to score a touchdown. So, man, my computer taking a hot second to load this up. Thank goodness. Okay, so here's an example. A lot of times when we're talking about players to score a touchdown or a player to hit a home run, they're really long shot odds, right? But in this case, not so much. So we're talking about Derrick Henry here. This is just one example, okay, that you can go over at OddsJam, right? So all I did was here on the left-hand side. This is for free, guys. Doesn't cost anything. If you don't want to sign up for any OddsJam plans, no problem. This is absolutely free. But over on the left-hand side, you're just going to go to sports. You're going to click on the NFL game. So whatever player that you want to bet on, you need to check this out. So Derrick Henry right here, okay? If all you had was a FanDuel or a DraftKings account, for him to score a touchdown, you would be betting minus 165. Or minus 180, okay? But over at Barstool or Fliff, we can get the same exact bet at either plus 100 or plus 115. Massive difference, okay? This is huge, okay? So think of it as if you just bet $25 on Derrick Henry to score a touchdown. If you bet this over at DraftKings, you're going to make just under $14 in profit on a $25 bet. Whereas if you bet it on Barstool, you're going to get $25 worth of profit. Or on Fliff, you're going to get $30 in profit on the same exact bet. So this particular market in general is very juiced. And what I mean by juiced is it's like, as I just explained to you on your payout, or you go to a gas station to buy a bottle of Mountain Dew, it's like $2.50, but when you go to the gas station, it's $4 to buy the bottle of Mountain Dew, and you're like, well, this is overpriced. But you still buy it because you still want it. But you know that if you drive right down the road, go to a different gas station, you could probably get that bottle of Mountain Dew for at least $3, if not $2.50. It's the same thing with sports books. They have this price. This is so inflated. So whatever player prop bet, any player that you want to bet on, right? This Sunday, you're going to sit down, you're going to watch the game. Maybe you like to root for the guy on your fantasy football team to score a touchdown. Come over to oddsjam.com, click on the football game that you want to bet on. Take a look at the player prop bets, right? If I go up to the top here, it's just going to be anytime touchdowns. It's player touchdowns right here. You just click on this drop down. And then it's just, you're going to scroll down to the bottom here to on player props. You're going to scroll down to player touchdowns. And this is the same for any player prop bet that you like to make. I mean, this is all free, guys. Doesn't cost a dime. But I just know that this is one particular market with player touchdowns, super overinflated, super juiced. And there is a massive difference in payout for the same exact bet. So highly recommend you guys check this out. All right, let me go ahead and pull up the arbitrage page. Ooh, disclaimer, good question. For underdog, can I increase my units? Yeah, I mean, you can definitely increase your unit size, man. Of course you can. If you're, it just depends on the type of slips you like to make, whether it's 3-pick, 5-pick, 4-pick. I'm usually a 3-pick uninsured, and then I'm a 5-pick insured. So 3-pick uninsured, guys, means we need all 3 picks to hit in order to get paid. On a 5-pick insured, if we hit on all 5 picks, I believe it's a 10x payout, or I'm sorry, 10x payout. If we hit on 4 out of 5, it's like a 1.5 or 2 times payout. So that's what I normally like to do. I don't get too crazy with the 5-pick uninsured, but I would definitely, you definitely can. When it comes to like underdog and prize picks, guys, if you want to increase your unit size, just make it small. Don't go from betting everything at $10 to go up to $25. Go from 10 to 15 because those are really volatile. We're doing 3-pick, 5-pick plays. They're very volatile. All right, let me go ahead and share with you the arbitrage page. So this live stream, guys, is kind of for a couple different folks. If you're brand new, you don't know what the hell arbitraging is. You've just heard people talk about it, or you've seen people on Twitter or YouTube talk about how they're making money risk-free. We're going to go through some live examples today of how it's actually possible. There's no BS here. It's very true. So we're going to take a look and see what's going on the page and kind of see what we have going on. So once it pulls up, let me click the refresh button here and see what we have going on. Ooh, there's a couple of them. Once my screen shares. Okay, so when we're looking at the arbitrage page, okay, a couple things. I can go a lot of different ways here. First and foremost, you got to move fast, okay? Now, in a lot of these examples, I'm going to be talking through exactly what you need to do step by step, okay? But if this was just me and I wasn't on a live stream, I would be hitting all of these first 2 plays bang as soon as I can. Okay. And we want to make sure on the bet, when we're making these bets, that we have both sports books pulled up at the same time with the amounts plugged in, and we hit submit bet at the same exact time. Okay. We don't want to make we don't want to bet Nate Hobbs over 5.5 tackles and assists and then come back 10 minutes later and bet his under. We got to do these at the same exact time. So on the arbitrage tool, all this is showing, okay, it is scanning all the OddsJam, the technology here is doing. It's just scanning the sports books, all the sports books. Think of just one sports book like Barstool. How many different line items or different bets you can make on Barstool? Thousands of different things you can bet on, okay? And all the tool is doing is right now the odds already have changed, is it's looking for the biggest discrepancies, the biggest differences, right? So for this example, let me hit refresh again. We want to bet plays that had the highest percentage. So really the first tip is you want to make sure that you make a play that has over 1% edge, over 1%. Anything less than 1% on the arbitrage page, it's not going to pay you out that much. So right here, this Pirates Yankees first half total runs. Okay. Over here, I got a book out here in Arizona, Superbook, and this is an offshore book, Bet DSI. We're going to bet the over-under on the runs, first 5 innings of the ball game. Okay. So as you can see, all the technology is doing here is just scraping, and it shows that out of all the sports books that we can bet the over 4 on, Superbook has this price at plus 115. And then Bet DSI has this. I mean, this would be a sharp play, just in my opinion, but all these sports books have this favorite, and Bet DSI is at plus 103. Okay. So the first thing on the arbitrage, when we're making arbitrage bets, we're always going to be betting more on the favorite and less on the underdog, because the underdog is going to pay us out more, where the favorite, we're going to have to bet more to get that. So the best part is you just click on this calculator over here on the left-hand side. Let's say we wanted to bet $25 over a Superbook. We would have to bet $26.48 on Bet DSI. The total amount that we bet together is $51.48, no matter what happens. Okay? We're going to get paid out $53.75. Now, one disclaimer, this bet could push, meaning after 5 innings, it could be a 2-2 ball game or 3-1. All right. And in that case, we don't win or lose any money. It's just a push. Right. But if it's the Yankees jump out to a 5-0 lead after the first 5 innings, well, we're going to get paid on Superbook because we have the over 4. We're going to lose the bet on Bet DSI, but no matter what happens, we're making a risk-free profit. Now, this is just off of $25. Okay. If we wanted to bet $100, we would bet 105 over at Bet DSI. We're going to make $9.09 in profit, no matter what happens. So what I'm going to do right now, the ARB tool, it's a good question. So Godwin asks, is the ARB tool free? And the ARB tool is not free. OddsJam offers different plans. If you want just the arbitrage plan, it is less a month. I don't know off the top of my head how much it is. It might be anywhere between $100 to maybe $150 a month. But if you go over to OddsJam, you can check. You can find out, right? But that's how I started 2 years ago, guys. My first month and a half, 2 months, I only arbitraged. And I made risk-free profit. And then naturally, I got a little more curious as to the other things that the other tools that OddsJam had. But it's not going to cost you the positive EV page plan. That's not going to be it, which is like $250 a month. This is going to be a little bit less. But case in point here, maybe you don't have $205 you can bet. That's okay. Whatever you can bet, just plug it in the calculator here. You know, $30, $31. You're making almost $3 risk-free. Okay, you do this 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, you can start to see how you can easily make $10, $15, $20 a day. Times that by every day, 30 days. It's just basic math, guys. It's pretty simple. You can easily rack up the money. The best part about the arbitrage tool is that it's whenever you have time. Okay, we all have busy lives. You got kids, you got family, you got job, you got work, you got a lot going on, right? Whenever you have time, stop by periodically throughout the day, whether you're on the toilet, you're on your lunch break, you're in the car waiting for your fast food to come through, right, when you're ordering, whatever the case is, you're stuck in traffic, maybe you should drive responsibly, but it might not be the best advice. Either way, just come over because the tool's constantly updating. There's things going on all the time. And when I was talking about earlier about the betting season, it's going to be hard for me to contain my excitement here. And I will place this bet, I promise you. Here in September, think of this like a NASCAR race. Okay, we got the car out in the track right now. We're doing some practice laps. We got the NFL, college football's here, a couple weeks left of regular season baseball. When we get to the end of October, guys, it is going to be all systems go. NHL, NBA, college basketball, added to postseason baseball with the NFL and college football. It's going to be absolute madness. You want to understand how these tools work now, because at the end of October, it's going to be all systems go. And then it's going to be like that for probably 4 months. Okay, this is now my 3rd football season. So it'll be my 3rd time around doing this with OddsJam in terms of the seasons. I know the seasonality, and we are peaking into almost peak season. We're almost getting to peak season, but we're climbing that mountain. So let me hit the refresh button, because the amount of time that I just took just to yammer on right there, this bet could have easily disappeared and the odds changed. Reason is because the sports books realize, like Superbook and BetDSI, they are misaligned with the rest of the market. Okay. Because out of all the things that you can bet on in the sports books, this tool was finding, I don't know, there's only really about maybe, it's pretty good today. So about 10 things we can bet on right now. Okay. So out of all the things you can bet on, there's really 10 plays that I would say, let's go do it. So let me go log into Superbook, BetDSI. We'll pull this up and I'll show you guys exactly how we do this. No, that's a good question too. Basically, banking. So it's not just baseball. Okay. What you want to make sure that you do is you want to bet plays that have a hook. Okay. A hook ensures a definitive winner and a definitive loser. And what I mean by that is Carlos Correa or Deontay Hardy. Okay. See how the over is a half. Okay. So Correa is either going to hit a home run or he's not going to hit a home run. There is no chance or opportunity for this to be a push. In this Yankees-Pirates game, there is, because it's an even number, whether it's 3, over under 3, over under 4, over under 5. We would want 4.5 in order to definitely get a winner and a loser. It's not the worst thing when we're arbitrage betting to not have a hook, but it just opens up that opportunity that there could be a push, and that really sucks. So if you want to steer clear of that, totally understand you're going to want to attack plays that have a hook, like this Army game, right? Like this Astros, okay, these player prop bets. You want to make sure there's a hook. All right. And the last thing I'll make a point of, guys, while I'm waiting for the sports books to load up here, you want to have as many sports book accounts as you possibly can, right? Superbook is an Arizona-based book. That's where I'm located, so it's very specific. Some states have that, okay? And then BetDSI is just an offshore sports book. I have, I think, like now almost 10 offshore sportsbook accounts. And they're great for if you live in Texas or California and sports betting isn't legalized in those states yet. With offshore sportsbooks, you can, okay? Because they don't care where you're located. You can bet with them anywhere. When you're talking about the sportsbooks in the United States, they go off of where your GPS is, your location. So you can't use a VPN. That's one tip I can give you. You can't use that because they want to know where you're located. Okay, so let me go over, and I'm logged into BetDSI, and I'll show you where we would find this at. And so typically, guys, what I like to do when it comes to arbitrage betting, I like to have like one of the apps on my phone pulled up. And then I like to have, I'm on the laptop with my other screen. Or if you have multiple monitors, I like to have both sports books on each monitor pulled up at the exact same time, because you want to take a look at this, right away. So there it is. All right. As I wait for BetDSI to load, I see that this play is still available, which is awesome. Oh, yeah, this is great. Awesome. All right, so I'm just going to figure out now basically how much money I want to bet on this. I know that Superbook will let me bet anywhere under $100. I bet with them a lot. So you can see right here on iGuys, I'm just pulling up the calculator here to get an idea of what we want to put. And you want to bet with round numbers, so you don't want to add cents at the end. So we're going to bet $50 over here on BetDSI. You can see I went over the first half, and we're looking for under 4 right here at plus 103. Okay, I'm just going to type in the price of the bet. I'm not going to submit it because I want to get Superbook pulled up as well. And over at Superbook, I need to bet $47. All right, so we're going to go hit submit. Okay, so we placed the bet over at BetDSI for $50. And then I went ahead on Superbook, and I'll show you how I did it. I just did it right now. We went ahead and placed the bet on Superbook for $47. So I have a total investment of $97. And no matter what happens, I'm going to make roughly $4 in profit. Okay, so over at Superbook, you just go ahead and click on the game, which is Yankees Pirates right here. And then the first 5 innings right here, you click on the over 4 plus 115. I bet $47 to make 54. So if I return to betting and I go active bets right here, over 4 at plus 115 for $47. Now I'll go back to our calculator over here on the arbitrage page to show you how much money you can expect to make. So that's a really good ARB. Anytime we can get 4% in an ARB, that's a 4% return basically, guys, on an investment. Don't think of this as so much sports betting, because truly we're not sports betting when we're arbitraging. We're betting both sides. We're betting the winner and we're betting the loser. So there is no risk involved. The most risk that is involved when we're arbitrage betting is making sure that we input the right amount when we're making the bet, and then making sure that the odds don't change in the middle of it. So the arbitrage page is going to load up here. And so on the calculator, you're going to see, internet's running a little slow today. Apologies for that, boys. That they would have had me bet $50 here and then $47.21. If you add your cents to the end of the arbitrage bet, it is a dead red giveaway to the sports books that you're arbitraging. So I like to keep it in whole numbers. So I'm sacrificing, if Superbook hits, then I'm sacrificing, 21 cents in profit. But basically, if this hits on BetDSI, I'm going to make $4.50, right? Because I got $97. We're going to get paid $101.50. And we're going to make that no matter what. So let me go ahead and add this to my bet tracker. Another thing that I can highly recommend, guys, if you don't want to sign up with anything with OddsJam, okay? Your bet tracker is 100% free. If you like to bet on sports, you need to track your bets. It's how you know if you're profitable or not. This is 100% free. You can go find the games. You can type the odds that you get, how much you bet, and it tracks everything for you. It even lets you know how well you did compared to the closing line value or the CLV. So there's our first arbitrage right there. Love getting that in play, right? It's still out there for you guys. I understand, it's specific to the Arizona sports bettor here, but we just made $4. And so I got to love that. So if you do this 3-4 more times, guys, we're up $12, $16 in less than an hour. Next up, I cannot bet on this Chargers-Titans game, okay? This is Pinnacle that the ARB is with Pinnacle. Since I'm based in the United States, you can't bet with Pinnacle. And so it's not there. And Bet Openly, I've checked this bet, and it's not actually the odds. You can't find Titans at plus 102. So I'm just going to go ahead and hide this bet. But this Carlos Correa bet is still out there, and I definitely want to get in on this one right now. So this is between an offshore sportsbook, BetUS, and Hard Rock. Just another example, guys. Like, this one's ridiculous, okay? Another example, like the touchdown for a player to score. If you like Carlos Correa, you're a Twins fan, you think he can hit a home run. If you bet this over at Caesars, you better put $10 on this. You're going to get paid out $39. If you put $10 on this over at BetUS, you're going to get paid out $75. Again, it's a long shot, but if he hits a home run, you're leaving $46 in profit on the table just because you only have one sportsbook account. It's rocket, and it only gets worse the more more money you put on this bet, right? If it was $100 bet, you're making $390, where you're making $750. So it's a big deal. Now, again, very few sports books allow you to bet the under. Hard Rock out here in Arizona is one of them. Fliff, you could arbitrage this with any of them. If you have a BetUS account I just want you to know DraftKings, Fliff, Barstool, Hard Rock, you can arbitrage these with all. We're going to get the most bang for our buck here, but let's say you just had a Fliff account at minus 615. All you would do then is just go up here into the calculator and just change the 600 to 615. And then, whatever we were going to bet on, we're going to make $2.58. If we bet $100 on Correa to a home run, we got to bet 13 and change. We're going to make $2.58, right? But because we have a Hard Rock account, I'm going to make $2.94, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to most likely just bet $50. Hard Rock does not have a desktop website, so I got to do this on my phone, but I will pull this up over at BetUS, and I just round up, guys, so I'll put $7 on Correa to hit a home run. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and log in to BetUS, and then I'll pull up the phone. I'll pull up the app. All right. So let's do that. And then I'll show you on BetUS where I went to find this. But obviously, guys, now for player prop bets, especially like with home runs, we can't put, I doubt we could put $500 on this. Like for the guys out there that want to put a lot of money on this, I doubt that can happen. Player prop bets, you got to keep it under about $100, or eventually you will get limited pretty quickly. But just kind of a heads up, when we're doing games like the Pirates-Yankees game we just did, that example, you can put a lot more money on that game. I could have put probably up to $2,000. I could put whatever I had in my bank account on that game. So, but with player prop bets, you got to keep it. You got to keep it a little bit less than that. Keep it like under $100. All right, so I'm gonna go to player prop bets here on my phone. Home runs, Correa under is at minus 600, which is what we have here. So I would throw $50 on this. And I'm not going to submit it yet. The one thing you don't want to do, I have this plugged in, ready to go on my phone. I can share it. Probably terrible live streaming. I'm not going to hit submit, though, okay, because I want to make sure I want to get into BetUS, and I want to pull this up on my phone. So we know over at BetUS, if we can get this at plus 750, then we're going to put $7 on this. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys right now on BetUS. And, we're going to make under $2 in profit, but this is more of an example just to show you guys, yeah, we could do that. And if we do this where we're making $1.50 or $2 in profit, again, we do this 4, 5, 6 times a day. You're making $10, over $10 a day. You can make $300 easy a month arbitrage betting whenever you have time, whenever your schedule allows it. All right, so we're loading up over here at BetUS. And we're just going to scroll down here, and we're going to go to the player prop bets, and we're going to go to the Twins-White Sox game. And then we're just going to click display selected. And then typically you're going to have to scroll down, and we need his odds to be at plus 750. Okay, if these odds change to like plus 500, the arbitrage is completely gone. There isn't. So normally when I move fast, I love on my computer, love the control F, and I just type in Correa, C-O-R-R. Okay, and this is, there it is. They already changed it. They adjusted it. So player to hit a home run, he's at plus 350. This is why we wouldn't go ahead and put this bet in on Hard Rock, because the odds have changed and the arbitrage is no longer there. And that's probably because I spent too much time talking. But that's just part of the when you're using the tool, guys. The odds change sometimes. The opportunities disappear. Not to fret. No worries. We're going to be able to find more. So let me stop screen sharing here for a second. We'll go back to the arbitrage tool. But when you find plays like we did with the Yankees-Pirates game that's, over 4 runs, I mean, it's over 4% too. It's a really, really good ARB. And the higher the percentage, the more the wider the gap is with sports books on the odds, the more money we can make per individual play. And so all I basically do, guys, is just you click the refresh button, and then you just see kind of what else is out there. So here's an opportunity right here with Army UTSA total points. We love this because there's a half hook. I mean, there's a lot going on right here. There's Justin Steele bet. I might try to go ahead and do it right now just because we have Bet US already pulled up. The only thing, though, that makes me a little leery of this Justin Steele bet is that obviously OddsJam hasn't caught up with Bet US because this isn't Carlos Correa's odds anymore. So I'm going to check Justin Steele's bet right now on strikeouts to see if this is still the case. If it's at under 5.5 and minus 110 in this Cubs D-backs game. So I'm just going to go ahead and check real quick because we'll go over that Army game if that's the case. But this is a great time right now in terms of just finding some arbs, guys. There's at least a half dozen that we can just make some money on. And, the more that we have, the more money we can make. So let me check here. And we're looking for under 5.5 at minus 110. So beautiful. Let's see. Oh, it's even better. Okay, let me share this with you real quick. This is even better. It's not minus 110. It's even money, which is an even better odds. So the ARB's even higher, hoping, though, that over at WinBet, that's the case. That's a good question. Banking. Let me see. Let me pull up your question here because it's a really good one. Banking asks, how often do you see 5% plus ARB opportunities? No, they occur. They're not as prevalent or as that don't happen all the time. You're going to see a lot that live between the 1 to under 5%. But there are some opportunities where you can find some 5, 6, 8, 9% ARBs. I wouldn't rely or expect that. It doesn't happen a lot. It's like catching a really big trophy fish. When you get it, it's awesome. But for the most part, you're not going to find too many of them. All right, so right here you can see Justin Steele right here on his total strikeouts is even money. And so I'm going to pull up on my phone for a hot second here. Sometimes, guys, it's a little easier for me to show you once I pull it up on the phone if it's there, because my computer is just not running at optimal speed right now. And so right now it's even money over at WinBet, so it's not plus 125. So this would actually just be what's called a low holds bet, where the over and the under is the same exact odds at both at plus 100. So there's no arbitrage opportunity here. But if you wanted to place a wager on this at even money where you don't win or lose any money, this is great because this is another opportunity where you could, gain some rewards points with WinBet because they offer, rewards points in a couple states to go stay at their hotel, like Caesars and DraftKings. You can earn some rewards points. But in terms of a true arbitrage and making money, the opportunity's gone. So we'll keep it moving. And guys, also don't be afraid when if you're on the arbitrage page on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and you see an arbitrage for like an NFL anytime touchdown score. Don't be afraid to make the wager right now to lock in the value, because it's going to be, the game doesn't happen for another 3 or 4 days, but you're going to be able to lock in that profit for Saturday or Sunday. All right. Appreciate everyone jumping on in the stream right now. Here's one that I'm going to pull up for you guys and hit. This Deontay Hardy. There's a very good chance that the odds won't change by the time we pull this bet up. This is going to be over at Fliff. Highly recommend Fliff, guys. All you have to do is be 18 years or older to open up an account with them, which is awesome. But this is basically, we're going to bet on him to score or not score a touchdown. DraftKings and Golden Nugget has some some value on it. Again, Fliff does not have a desktop website. So, I'll pull it up on my phone. Just another example of how this anytime touchdown score market is just all over the place. If you thought that this guy was going to score and all you had was a Caesars account and you put $10 on this, you're going to make $27.50 profit. Whereas DraftKings, you're going to make $65 profit. Okay. It's insane. Same for him not to score. Barstool says this is minus 800. This is actually a true mistake. I'm going to check a Hard Rock. So it's actually not a Flip we're going to want to bet this with. We're going to want to bet it with Hard Rock because it's an even better price. Every now and then, guys, the system here does have it's off for a second. This is why you want to click into it and check it, because this is even a bigger arbitrage opportunity with Hard Rock. So let me go ahead. I'm going to check out DraftKings. And once I have logged in and pulled it up, we'll take a look at them. But because this is different now, when we click into the calculator, we're just going to change these odds from minus 545 to minus 500. Okay. And this is the Bills game. So if we wanted to bet $100 on Fliff at minus 500, we'd have to bet $16 over at DraftKings, and we're going to make $4 in risk-free profit. That's all it takes. So I'm over here on Hard Rock, player prop bets, touchdown scores. I don't even know if he's on the Bills or the Raiders. Here he is. But the question is, how do I bet on him not to score a touchdown? Because I haven't done this on Hard Rock before. I can find out how to bet on him to score a touchdown, but to not score a touchdown, I'm not seeing it on their app to not score, which is a pain in the butt. So then let me go back to Fliff, because I know on Fliff I can find it to not score a touchdown. So guys, basically right now we're just trying to find some arbitrage opportunities here on the page. If you're just joining the live stream, welcome in. My name is Billy C. And just kind of showing you guys how you can actually make risk-free profit, betting both sides of a game. And in this case, we're going to bet on this player prop bet to score a touchdown and then not to score a touchdown. So over at Fliff, if you guys have the app on Fliff, you just go to player props. And then we're just going to go to, you guys scroll down a little bit and you have to go to total touchdowns, because there's the over and the under. And then it's all in alphabetical order. So we'll just throw this in at minus 545 because I can't find this where to bet him on Hard Rock to not score. Right? And so if we bet $100 on Fliff and bet basically 16, we're going to make about $2.57. I know on Fliff, the maximum that I can bet on this would be $250 to make about $6 profit here, but we're just going to probably keep this to a $100 bet right now. So I haven't pulled up on Fliff. His odds are the same right there, so that's good. And DraftKings is asking me to download a plugin, which is a pain in the ass. So we'll click that and wait for them to accept my location. But this is all you guys need to do right here. So, while I'm waiting for DraftKings to pull up, I'm not going to make this bet on Fliff again, because if we go to DraftKings and this isn't here, this value isn't here, then we don't want to make this bet. And you might think, well, it's okay if you're exposed and you bet this on Fliff and you didn't get a chance to do it on DraftKings. Like, this is a heavy underdog or heavy favorite until you tune in on Sunday and Deontay Hardy had some random touchdown. It happens all the time. Sports are unpredictable. But feel free, guys, in the chat to ask any questions right now as I'm pulling this up over on DraftKings. I'm in. So we're looking for plus 650. We bet $16. And let me go ahead and share my screen. The reason that I know we're going to have a little bit more time on this play is because this game isn't until Sunday, and odds do change in the NFL when it comes to anytime player touchdowns, but we have a little bit more time on these baseball plays, guys, like day of the game. Odds are constantly fluctuating, so it makes it really difficult sometimes. And that's why sometimes in the middle of the week when NFL lines kind of drop out, when they drop on Tuesday or Wednesday for that week's games, you know, it's a really good time because you can find a lot. So the other thing that you have to be careful of with DraftKings, as my screen loads here, it takes forever. Apologies for the delay. You want to make sure that you click on anytime touchdown score. Okay. You don't want to click on first time because those are going to be completely different odds and you're going to lose that bet. As my screen loads, I'm just going to type in his name. Okay, there it is. So you can see I just typed in his last name on the DraftKings is going to be the anytime touchdown score. So this is the odds. This is beautiful. We're going to click plus 650. Okay, so I'm going to bet $16 on this. Ooh, we got a little bonus. What's the bonus? Ooh, max $10 bet. Receive your wager and back as a bonus bet. So we're definitely going to do this instead. I'm going to lower my wager on Fliff because I got this bonus here, the no sweat for DraftKings. So we're just going to bet $10 on this because if I lose it, then I get a free bet back. And so here's another beauty of the arbitrage bet, guys. So like I'm going to go over to Fliff. I'm going to update my calculator here real quick. And this is a heavy underdog. So more likely than not, we're going to lose this bet. All right. So over on Fliff, I have to bet around $63. We're going to make like $1.50. But when this bet loses on DraftKings, it should, we're then going to get a free $10 bet. And we just made a profit. And okay, we made $1.50 profit. And then we're going to get a free $10 bet. So like there's another example of how we can just take advantage of promos with sports books while we're arbitraging. So I'm going to plug this in right here. This is going to be terrible live streaming, but $10, we're going to place it. I'm either going to make $75 on this bet, or I'm going to make $74.55. Boom, there it is. Okay. Now, the other cool thing here on Fliff, guys, you want to make sure you copy this to Fliff Coins. Okay. And then I just bet the maximum Fliff Coins I have. The reason why is because you get XP, you get experience points with Fliff. You can turn those experience points into real cash over time. So I love to do this. I constantly, any bet that I make on Fliff, I just copy the coins. The coins are stupid, but they get you experience points, which over time is their reward system, which you can turn into real cash. So there it is. Okay. So we just placed that. And the best part is if this loses on DraftKings, we're going to get a free $10 bet and then go nuts with whatever you want to bet on, whether it's just a money line play or you want to put together a 10-leg parlay, whatever you want to do. That's really cool from DraftKings. So I'm going to go back over to the arbitrage page and throw this into the bet tracker. Perfect. I wanted to make sure I had the bet in. All right. So we're going to go over the arbitrage page. Naturally, guys, I'm talking through how we're going to make risk-free cash here with arbitraging. You know, it's been 45 minutes. I've only gotten in 2 plays, but we would be moving at a much faster clip, you know, when you're by yourself. But again, you know, we just made $4 off that Pirates Yankees bet early on in the stream right here. We just made about $1.50. So it's not crazy, guys, but you know, we just made $5.50 guaranteed. And I've been talking for 45 minutes. So that's just to show you that you guys can make a lot more money than I can in a much faster amount of time if you're just doing this on your own. Okay. So the only risks with arbitrage betting is, again, when you find a play, right? So when we scroll to the top and you find this right here, this Army game, right? And you see, okay, FanDuel has this a minus 115. And then we have three options here on the over. We got Golden Nugget, DraftKings, or Hard Rock. Okay. The biggest risk is finding both sports books, logging in to both sports books, finding the bets, pulling them both up, making sure the odds match, and then putting in the amount that you should be betting based off the calculator. That's the biggest risk. Once you lock in both bets on both sides, boom, kick back, put your feet up. You just made risk-free money. So we're going to try to go hit this Army UTSA bet right here. We're going to go back into DraftKings. I'm going to pull this up on FanDuel. And my goal is, guys, is I can pull this up on FanDuel faster. And then I can show you the bet that I placed. So I can navigate things a little bit quicker. So let's go over to this Army game right now. If we're getting frisky with this, we're going to be putting more on FanDuel. So if I put $50 on FanDuel, I'd have to bet. I don't like 41.55. I don't like that because I don't want to put $41.50. So what about 55? Okay, there we go. And I'd bet $46. We're going to make roughly $2 profit no matter what. So I'm going to pull this up over on FanDuel to make sure that this Army game, and this is going to be an alternate line. Okay, the main line on this game is 41.5. So alternate total points, and then we're going to look at over 44.5. I'm sorry, under 44.5. And interestingly enough, just looking at this in FanDuel on my phone, this line isn't available. They move in increments of 39, 37, 39, 41, 43, 45. So this isn't there. Let me see if any other sports book is offering us like maybe at minus 120 at under 44.5, because then that's still an arbitrage opportunity. And they're not. Okay. Wow. FanDuel was way off compared to the rest of the market. So that play is not there just because FanDuel doesn't have it available to us. So let me click the refresh button. So right here would be, we're back to Justin Steele, which we know earlier he was at even odds over on BetUS. Let me see on Fliff where he's at, because we just came from Fliff. So the Cubs game. And we're looking for over 5.5 strikeouts. Okay, so he is at Fliff. He's at plus 115 right here. So let's see if he's still over at BetUS. If he is at plus even minus 110 or plus 100, if it's at plus 100, it's an even better ARB opportunity. Let's just hope that they didn't log me out. Now, the maximum I can bet on player prop bets on BetUS is $50, which stinks. And just scrolling over here to BetUS real quick, they removed his total strikeouts, which is not surprising. This happens a lot with arbitrage betting. So let me hit the refresh button again. But guys, as you can see right here, just, taking a couple minutes, click the refresh button, see what's out there, check your sports books. Maybe some plays are out there. OddsJam just has an update of this. We'll hide this play here. Anything that has Pinnacle, guys, we can't make the bet. I'll take a look, though, on this Yankees-Pirates money line. These are all offshore sports books. Plus 141 is pretty good. Now, for arbitraging, guys, for a money line play or like a run line play, you can put down a ton of, you can unload Well, that's a really good question. Is there any reason why you wouldn't want to bet the max you could? So Brian, the only reason that I don't bet the max when it comes to arbitrage betting is because over time it is a way. It just depends on what you want to get out of with betting. So for me, I like to have a lot more risk, and I like to positive EV bet. And so arbitraging is a way that you can get limited with certain sports books. And I would rather get limited with those sports books by placing straight wagers than arbitrage betting. So that's really the only risk of why you wouldn't want to bet the max. Obviously, betting the max is going to give you the highest return. For me, I don't arbitrage bet all that often. So I don't want to ruin any relationships with sports books by like betting $300 on a player prop bet. Because if I do that, probably when I open up an account with a sports book and I do that maybe 5-6 times, probably by like the seventh time, the sports book for that player prop bet's going to be like, hey, you can't do that anymore. You can only bet $50. So it depends. If you are just solely interested in making risk-free money arbitraging, then go nuts. Bet as much as you possibly can. Get the highest return that you can. But over time, all the sports books, all of them, will see that you become profitable and they will limit you. And I am limited on every single sports book I have an account with. And I'd say half a dozen sports book accounts I don't use anymore because all I can bet is $5. But the only way not to get limited betting on sports is to lose. So if you're a profitable sports bettor, you're going to get limited. It's an unfair playing field. So it truly is a privilege to use the sports books to find opportunities. So, but if you're, it just depends on what you're interested in. If you like to make straight bets, you like to incur a little bit more risk, then that's why you wouldn't want to bet as much as you can. But when it comes to the money lines and the run lines, like for sure, the only difference is like if you bet your entire sportsbook account, let's say at $500 in DraftKings, and you bet it on that one ARB, well, there's going to be a lot more arbitrage opportunities with DraftKings in the next couple of days. And if you bet it now for a Sunday NFL game, you might not want to add more money to your sportsbook account, or you might not want to wait 2 days until that bet finishes, till that game ends. So that would be just a couple of reasons. All right, guys, we're getting up to the hour, and I'm not this on BetUS here. This Pirates moneyline play is not here, so I definitely want to share with you guys the fantasy optimizer and put together, like, just show you what's going on with Underdog and Prize Picks. I'm going to be doing this again either later this weekend or early next week. We're going to be doing this again with more arbitraging. This is something I think that's just really helpful. So I'm just going to go through the top DFS sites right here, guys, and just show you if you're trying to put together a slip, here's the plays you should do. Oh, snap. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Sorry about that if you can't.
Heading to the casino, Queen. Got to get to Illinois. I got to make a bet now. I got to make a bet now. Now.
Apologies, guys. Hopefully you can hear me now. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Let me go ahead and share my screen because I definitely want to show you guys what's going on at Prize Picks and Underdog Fantasy. If nothing else, even if you can't hear me, at least you can see what's kind of going on in the Fantasy Optimizer right now. Okay. It's definitely Friday. The computer's already slowing down as we talk about it right now, thinking it has off for the rest of the day. All right. So for Prize Picks right here, when we're talking about, plays, guys, you want to click this drop down right here. You want to know what's going on, whether you're 2-pick, 3-pick, 4-pick, give you the best implied odds. So right here for the NFL, we got Jalen Johnson. If it's in green, just add it to your slip. Don't overthink it. Schoolbull right here, under on his outs. Out here in Arizona for Prize Picks, you can play college football players for underdog. You can't. I don't know why, but you can't. But here's just some different guys. Shedeur Sanders. Maybe they took what the Colorado State head coach said earlier. Took it personal. He should have a big game. Jamar Chase, Bryce Young. I mean, guys, with a fantasy optimizer, it's $50 a month. You use my promo code Billy20. It's going to save you 20% off, which is $10. So it's going to cost you $40 a month. And there are so many plays right now. It's insane how many plays there are. So this is Prize Picks. We go over to Underdog right here. And we'll see, same thing. There's usually some good middle betting opportunities with Underdog Fantasy, meaning that there's big price differences in between Prize Picks and Underdog, and you can bet the over and the under on each different platform. And I have both of them hit to make some money. But Shedeur Sanders, Drew Allar, Max Kepler, Pacheco. Again, typically the only thing I like to do, guys, is if I added Pacheco to a slip, I'll add him to another slip. But then after 2 slips, I won't add him to anything else. I don't want to have too much exposure to it. But you can also find some really solid correlation plays. If you got Diggs over on receptions, you might be able to find maybe Josh Allen over on his passing yards, right? Because it's going to correlate with each other. You want to look for that positive or negative correlation to kind of pair with each other, right? So this is just, there's so much going on right now. So can't emphasize enough how you want to be over on the Fantasy Optimizer. No matter what we have, we got you covered. Sports Battle, Jock Market, Hot Streak. We have it all. And this is the time of the year that you want to, guys. You want to be wanting to put together as many slips as you possibly can responsibly. That's just going to show you exactly what's going on. So it's just kind of how we're going to end the stream here. Appreciate you, Macintosh. What's going on, man? Thanks for hopping on. Hope you're having an awesome day, bro. So, and all the platforms, guys, are going to have a little bit different. How much? Great question, Rocky. Right before the end here. How much money can I make from the UK as I won't be able to sign for all the US bookmakers? You can make a lot, Rocky. There are so many offshore sports books. Right here, I have there's so many. I'll leave it in the comments below. Bovada, Bet Online, Bookmaker, MyBookie, XBet, Bet Any Sports, Low Vig. All great offshore books. There are so many different books that you can make, offshore books you can make of. So even if you're based in the UK, so many opportunities that are out there for you that you can make money using the tools at OddsJam. It's very possible. I lean a lot on them. I totally forgot about BetDSI. So anyway, guys, apologies for the technical difficulties, but that's where I'm going to end the stream today. We're going to be doing this again, though. Kind of just showing you guys how it's very possible to make money. I really appreciate you guys stopping by, and I hope that all your bets hit. And guys, if you have any questions, I'll leave my Twitter handle here. please reach out to me on my DMs. Ask me any questions that you have, betting strategies, tools, how things work. I'm here to help you guys make money. But if nothing else, guys, I really appreciate you stopping by, and we'll catch you in the next live stream.